alone. Nothing new there, though. She moved closer to the door, resigned to curiosity.
No, you don't. The package is in. It's buggered.
Their hand movements became more aggressive. The argument escalated and looked like they were about to get physical. Her heart thundered as the fight unfolded. One man threw his hands in the air and marched away from the plane, straight toward Abigail. She jumped back when he thrust through the glass door. He stormed past her, cursing to himself with his yellow vest flapping wildly at his sides. That can't be good. She scanned the airport again for her husband. Spencer was walking back from the one and only retail outlet. Beside him, Crystal grinned with a new shopping bag swinging on her arm. "Spencer!" Abigail waved him over. She tried to keep an eye on the man who'd strode past her, but Spencer took so long approaching that he was already gone. The other man was still under the plane. "They were fighting." She blurted the words the second Spencer was within reach.
Who?
Did he have to sound so patronizing? "Two men, near the plane. Then one of them raced through here. I think there's something wrong with the plane." Rolling his eyes, he tutted.
Don't be ridiculous.
"I'm not. I heard them."
And what did they say?
"I only heard some of..."
Of course you did. You're just making something out of nothing, as usual. So stop being silly. We'll be boarding soon.
Spencer turned on his heel and strode away. Feeling utter hopelessness, Abigail spun back to the plane. Her stomach tightened as she replayed what she'd seen. Maybe she was making too much of it, but she couldn't shake the feeling something was wrong. And, as usual, Spencer wasn't listening to her. She turned to see him hugging Tina, his personal assistant. Damn it, now I'll have no hope of pursuing my worries with him. Spencer's decision to have Tina along to escort their daughter home was infuriating. They all knew her accompanying them on this trip wasn't the only reason the young woman had flown thousands of kilometers to be there. Tina always made Abigail's blood boil. She was immaculately dressed in a tailored suit that clung to her hourglass figure, but still barely contained her bulging breasts. She waved her red fingernails with a look of guilty satisfaction that Abigail despised. Tina kissed Spencer's cheek, and her silky hair spilled over his shoulder. Crystal's squeal echoed about the sparsely furnished airport. She embraced Tina, and the pair of them twirled around, laughing. Abigail wished she could be happy for them, but seeing her daughter with Tina like that inspired nothing but resentment. Holding her chin up, she walked toward them. "Hello, Tina." She didn't even try to mask the contempt in her voice. "Hello, Abigail." Tina released Crystal. "Are you ready for your big trip?" "Absolutely. Are you ready to look after a 15-year-old girl for a week?" "Of course, it'll be fun." Abigail rolled her eyes at Spencer. "Tina's taking me shopping every day." Crystal hugged Tina's slender waist and glared at her mother. Abigail couldn't remember the last time her daughter had wanted to go shopping with her, or do anything else for that matter. Abigail cast the hurt aside. "Well, don't spend too much money. If you weren't deserting me, I wouldn't need to shop." Crystal's voice dripped poison. "So don't be such a bitch." Abigail forced a reply through clenched teeth.
"Don't talk to me like..." "Come on, girls."
Spencer stepped between them.
"We've had a pleasant couple of days together. Let's not spoil it before we say goodbye."
He wrapped his arms around their shoulders and forced them together.
"Now give each other a hug."
With obvious reluctance, Crystal embraced her but quickly pushed away. "Be good," Abigail whispered. Spencer clapped his hands together like a teacher's cane cracking on a naughty student's desk, and Abigail jumped.
"Good girls, it's time to go."
He reached for his suitcase, kissed Crystal on her forehead, then strode away. Abigail clutched her handbag and turned to Spencer's assistant. "Goodbye, Tina. Enjoy." Without a response, she lugged her bulging suitcase toward the glass door. Spencer held the door ajar, and she stepped past him to navigate the avenue of witches' hats leading to the plane. Wind whistled in her ears, and the heat wave distorted her surroundings.